Switching to Linux? The hidden truth nobody tells you is that it's neither the magical utopia some fans claim nor the impossible nightmare critics warn you about. It's something far more interesting. It's empowering, frustrating, liberating, confusing, efficient, time-consuming, cost-saving, and occasionally hair-pulling all at once. If you're thinking about leaving Windows or macOS behind and diving into Linux, you deserve more than hype. You deserve a reality check. Let's start with the moment most people begin this journey. You're tired of updates, restarting your PC at the worst possible time. You're annoyed at telemetry. Maybe your older laptop is crawling under the weight of modern operating systems. Maybe you just watched a video praising Linux as faster, safer, and completely free. So you open your browser, type in best Linux distro, and suddenly you're in a new universe. Names like Ubuntu, Linux Mint, Fedora, Arch Linux, and pop_OS pop up everywhere. You realize quickly that Linux isn't one single operating system. It's an ecosystem, and that's your first hidden truth. Choice is both Linux's greatest strength and its biggest obstacle. When you switch to Linux, you're not just changing your operating system. You're changing your relationship with your computer. On Windows, especially Windows 11. Most decisions are made for you. On macOS, particularly macOS, the experience is tightly controlled and polished. Linux flips that model. You decide how your desktop looks, how your updates work, what software sources you trust, even how deep you want to go into the system. That sounds amazing, and in many ways it is. But it also means you're responsible when something breaks. Let's talk about performance, because this is one of the biggest selling points. Linux can absolutely breathe new life into old hardware. Install a lightweight desktop environment on a 10-year-old laptop and it can feel shockingly responsive. Systems that struggled under Windows suddenly boot in seconds. RAM usage drops, CPU usage is minimal. That's not a myth. Linux is efficient. But here's the nuance. On modern, high-end hardware, the difference may not feel revolutionary. If you already have a powerful machine running smoothly, Linux won't magically double your speed. The real advantage appears on older systems or in environments where you want maximum control over background processes. Now let's address software compatibility, because this is where expectations often collide with reality. If your entire workflow depends on Microsoft Office, you're going to face an adjustment period. Yes, there are alternatives like LibreOffice, and they're surprisingly capable. For many users, they're more than enough. But perfect file compatibility isn't guaranteed, especially for complex formatting or macros. If you collaborate heavily with Windows users using advanced Office features, you may feel friction. And then there's creative software. If you rely on Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Premiere Pro, or other tools from Adobe, you should know that there are no native Linux versions. You can experiment with compatibility layers like Wine, but results vary. There are excellent open source alternatives such as GIMP and Cam. For some creators, these tools are enough. For others, especially professionals tied to Adobe ecosystems, switching to Linux may not be practical. Gaming is another area surrounded by outdated assumptions. For years, the phrase Linux can't game was mostly accurate. That has changed dramatically thanks to platforms like Steam and compatibility tools like Proton. Thousands of Windows games now run surprisingly well on Linux. In fact, devices like the Steam Deck are built on Linux. But here's the reality check. Not every game works. Anti-cheat systems can block Linux players. Some titles require tweaking. If you play mainstream single-player games, you're probably fine. If you rely on specific competitive multiplayer titles with strict anti-cheat, you need to research before switching. Now let's talk about the terminal. The command line is often portrayed as either terrifying or powerful. The truth is somewhere in between. Modern Linux distributions provide graphical interfaces that feel familiar and user-friendly. You can install apps from software centers without typing a single command. But eventually, if you stay on Linux long enough, you'll encounter a tutorial that says, open the terminal and type. This is where many new users feel intimidated. The hidden truth is that learning a few basic terminal commands can dramatically increase your efficiency and understanding. It's not mandatory for daily use, but it becomes a superpower once you embrace it. Another aspect nobody emphasizes enough is troubleshooting culture. On Windows or macOS, when something breaks, you often search for an official support page. On Linux, you search forums, community threads, GitHub issues, and documentation pages. You'll discover communities that are incredibly helpful but sometimes blunt. You may see answers like read the manual or check the wiki. This can feel unwelcoming at first. But over time, you realize something important. Linux teaches you how your system works. Instead of hiding complexity, it exposes it. That can be frustrating in the short term, but empowering in the long term. Security is another major talking point. Linux has a strong reputation for security, and it's well-deserved. Its permission system is robust. Malware targeting desktop Linux is far less common than on Windows. But here's the hidden truth. Security isn't automatic. If you blindly copied commands into your terminal without understanding them, you can still break or compromise your system. Linux gives you freedom, and freedom includes the ability to make mistakes. The system won't always protect you from yourself. Let's discuss updates. On Linux, updates are generally faster and less intrusive. You don't usually get forced restarts in the middle of work. You can update most applications in the system itself in one place. That's incredibly convenient. However, occasionally, a system update can introduce a bug, especially on bleeding-edge distributions. Stable distributions prioritize reliability. Rolling releases prioritize the latest software. Choosing between them is part of your Linux journey. Stability versus freshness. Safety versus excitement. Hardware compatibility is another reality check. Most common hardware works out of the box to be Wi-Fi cards, Bluetooth devices, USB peripherals, but sometimes you'll encounter issues, especially with very new or very niche hardware. Graphics cards deserve special mention. If you use NVIDIA GPUs, driver management on Linux has improved significantly, but it can still require extra steps compared to Windows. AMD GPUs often integrate more seamlessly due to open source drivers. Before switching, it's wise to test Linux in live mode to see how your hardware behaves. Now, let's talk about customization, because this is where Linux truly shines. You can change your desktop environment entirely. You can make your system look like macOS, like Windows, or like something completely unique. From window managers to icon packs to themes, the level of control is unmatched. But here's the hidden truth. Deep customization can become a rabbit hole. You may spend hours tweaking fonts, panels, animations, and layouts instead of actually doing productive work. Linux can become a hobby in itself. For some people, that's a joy. For others, it's a distraction. Privacy is a huge motivation for many switchers. Linux distributions typically collect little to no telemetry compared to mainstream commercial operating systems. You're not tied to a corporate account. You're not constantly nudged toward cloud services. That feels refreshing. But remember, privacy also depends on your browser, your online accounts, and your habits. Installing Linux doesn't automatically make you anonymous. It gives you a cleaner foundation, but your behavior still matters. There's also the cost factor. Most Linux distributions are free. You can legally download, install, and share them without paying licensing fees. For students, hobbyists, and organizations on tight budgets, that's powerful. However, your time has value too. If switching costs you weeks of productivity because essential tools don't work the way you expect, that's a real trade-off. Linux saves money, but it can demand time. Let's talk about learning curve. The first week on Linux can feel disorienting. File system structure is different. Software installation methods vary. Certain Windows habits don't translate. But something interesting happens after a month or two. The system starts to make sense. You begin to understand package managers. You appreciate repositories. You realize that installing software from a central trusted source is often cleaner than downloading random installers from websites. That's when Linux starts to click. Another hidden truth. Linux isn't just for programmers, but it heavily benefits those who are curious. If you're willing to read, experiment, and occasionally troubleshoot, you'll thrive. If you want a system that never requires learning anything new, you may struggle. Linux rewards engagement. Professional environments are worth considering too. Many servers worldwide run Linux. Cloud infrastructure heavily relies on it. If you're studying IT, cybersecurity, DevOps, or software development, using Linux on your desktop can align your skills with industry realities. But if your workplace requires proprietary Windows-only tools, full migration may not be feasible. Dual booting or using virtual machines can be practical compromises. Let's address stability myths. Some people claim Linux never crashes. That's simply not true. Any operating system can encounter bugs. However, Linux systems are often praised for long uptimes and resilience, especially in server environments. On the desktop, your experience will depend on your distribution choice and how much you modify the system. There's also the emotional aspect. Switching to Linux can feel rebellious. It can feel empowering to step away from large tech corporations and embrace open source philosophy. You're participating in a community-driven ecosystem. That's meaningful. But ideology alone shouldn't drive your decision. Practical needs matter more. Here's something rarely discussed. Sometimes the best move isn't a full switch. You can dual boot Linux alongside Windows. You can run Linux in a virtual machine. You can use the Windows subsystem for Linux if you he on Windows. Transition doesn't have to be dramatic. It can be gradual. The hidden truth nobody tells you is that Linux won't automatically make you more productive, smarter, or more secure. It will give you tools. It will give you control. It will remove certain frustrations and introduce new ones. It will challenge you in the beginning and reward you later. It may become your favorite operating system, or it may become a valuable learning experience that ultimately sends you back to Windows or macOS with a deeper appreciation of how computers work. Switching to Linux is less about escaping something and more about choosing something. You're choosing openness over convenience in some areas. You're choosing customization over uniformity. You're choosing community over centralized corporate support. For many people, that trade-off is absolutely worth it. For others, it isn't. The reality check is simple. Linux is not perfect. It's powerful, it's flexible, it's often free, it can run on almost anything. It respects your control, but it also expects you to participate. It expects you to learn, and if you're willing to accept that deal, the experience can be transformative. So if you're considering switching, test it first. Use a live USB, try it on a secondary machine, explore different distributions, be honest about your workflow needs, understand your hardware, research your Microsoft software, approach it with curiosity rather than blind faith. Because the hidden truth nobody tells you is this: Linux isn't about escaping problems. It's about choosing which problems you'd rather have. And for the right person, those problems are far more interesting and far more empowering than the alternatives.